Hey, what's going on? This is Terrence Ray, getting ready to do a live stock market analysis or weekly upcoming analysis on the week ahead in the stock market. So I like to do these live on the generally the Sunday before the market opens, but since we got a holiday today and the stock market wasn't open, so I'm doing it on Monday. So we can go ahead and get right to it. If you're looking at my chart, the first thing that I have up, come on now. All right. What you're seeing on the screen right here is the dollar index. And so I'm gonna do a little Forex. I have some subscribers who trade the Forex market, and I do trade currencies every now and then. So just looking at the right off the bat, what you see is I'm having some issues. Stop screen. Shoot. Here we go. All right, I'm back. I got my screen up. But that's not the chart I wanted. So let's put back up the dollar index. And I'm gonna change this. This right here, if you're just wondering like what's all that crap he got up there. Sometimes I use this like when I'm day trading or scalping, and this is just what I call my chaos setup. So I got like the awesome oscillator, the acceleration, deceleration oscillator down here, and this little something you call the alligator with these red and with these green, red, blue. And it's something like I use like the scalp, and it's just pretty much easy. Like when I say scalping, like in and out, some like day trading. Like I would get in when the crossover right here. I want everything green. So green here, green bar, buy. And then you see it go up and you get out. And that's something you trying to, make couple $100 on or something like that. Right. Maybe I'll do some live stuff like that. And that chart was like a 5 minute chart. So, you pretty much, you moving pretty fast there. So back to the dollar chart. So, think of swim is not cooperating. I may have to pull up something else to get through this video, or else I'm not going to be able to, um, see, I got all kind of stuff coming up, letting me know that something's going on. All right. I'm going to see if I can. Okay. So basically right here, you can see they would call this, head and shoulders. So you got your shoulder, right? This would be a shoulder. This would be a head, and there's another shoulder. So if I wanted to, I'm put like little circles on each shoulder. Shoulder, head, shoulder. And so something like that would be, traders would call that a reversal pattern. And you can just see this candle right here was a long red candle. And so it took out like really 1, 2, 3 candles. And then you got your down move where it crossed over my moving average. And on the RSI, it's below the 50 line. So this is something, and this is the dollar. So if the dollar is showing you something down on your chart, then you can look to get bullish on all the other pairs opposite of that. So let's take a look at the Euro USD. See, the Euro USD is doing the opposite of what the dollar did. So this would be, and you can see I already had like a I think I did in a video last week where I showed like a support and resistance level. So it broke through here. Now it's kind of tricky because now each one of these candles are daily candles. So where would you want to get in? Ideally for me, I would like for it to come back to this zone right here that I already have. And I would like to buy it here if I was going to get long, right? You will want to see it. You want to get it. You want to get in a good position. Something like this that's been going up. Generally you look for it to make a little pullback, and then you buy on the pullback. You want to buy, you want to sell into strength, and you want to buy weakness. You want to buy stuff when it's low. You want to sell it when it's high. So you might have some sellers like right in here, or maybe somewhere around in here, wanting to sell, and you want to buy it as it's down. You want to buy things when they're down. Kind of want to get out of the habit. When I first started trying to trade and doing options and whatever, it don't matter what kind of trading you're doing. You don't want to, we generally want, hey man, it's up. I heard this, and this. And so you see something going up, and then you buy it when it's already up. And by the time you get in it, then you see it come down. And so you gotta kind of get in a habit. You want to try to buy something when it's down. So when it does turn around, you can make a little money. Sometimes you don't want to get into. You have to look at your investment horizon. Like how long do you want to hold something? I don't like holding stuff in this portfolio. Now I do have like I said, a long term portfolio, and in that portfolio, I'll show you what I am looking at holding long term, and we'll talk about that towards the end of the video. So stick around for that. So if you want to look at something to invest, and I'll give you my ideas on why I want to be long those things. So this is the Euro USD. Now this is for Forex traders. Now you don't necessarily have to trade Forex to be able to take advantage of this. Like so basically what the play is, you're short the dollar. You want to get long other currencies against the dollar. So one way of doing that is trading in the Forex market, like I'm showing you with the Euro USD, or coming into the futures market and trading the Euro itself. You notice that the chart looks the same. So you can just get long the Euro in the futures market. Same thing. Let's look at the Australian dollar. You can see how they all they all took off, right? So basically what they're telling you is that other investors are shorting the dollar or getting long other currencies against the dollar. Let's look at the British pound. Same thing, same type setup. See it breaking out bullish. Let's look at the Canadian dollar, which I was in, and you can see my levels. This is what I was in last week. I got out right here. I had to take profit like 10. So my first fib level was 0.8009, and I set my take profit like at zero point 0.8, right? Exactly. And it took me out. Like I think I was asleep or something, woke up, and I was already out of the trade because I had take profit. So what I'll probably do, I got another level here, and I got another level here. Now I don't know if I'm gonna try to play it up to here, but I will try to play it to that 100, which all that is basically from this low to this high equals this low to this high. That's what you would call A B equals C D, and that's a harmonic pattern. And so what I'll try to do is I would drop down and try to scalp this, maybe drop down to a smaller time frame and trade this on the intraday. So tomorrow when the market opens, I may be scalping the Canadian dollar, right, in the futures market. But you can also trade this. If you were trading Forex, this is what you would do. You would come to the USD CAD, right? Now look at it. You see how it's the opposite going down? And that's only because the USD, which is the dollar, is the front of the pair, right? So it's the same exact chart, just flipped the opposite way. So you would come here and trade the USD CAD if you're a Forex trader, and then short this. And then you would try to find something. If you want to trade it on a daily, you could just get in wherever you want, or you can drop down to a lower time frame, maybe like on an hourly or 30 minutes or something like that, and try to get you entrance there on a pullback or something. And then you could take profit here, set a stop loss somewhere here, right? So I wanted to give a little Forex update. So basically, any pair against the dollar, anything against the dollar, you want to be long that other currency pair and short the dollar, right? Based upon what I see in the market. I got some notes up here. It don't even have because I had to sign out and sign back in. So I'm gonna have to wing it a little bit on what I had set up. I know I wanted to talk about the SPX because, like I said, I want to see the expected move. So in the options market, you're gonna always have risk already priced out into the future. So let's go look at the options market and let's look at the IV and let's see what it's telling us what they're gonna have for the rest of the week. Um, I want to say Friday would be what September 10th will be Friday, if I'm not mistaken. And if that's the case, then we got, let's see, just double checking. So this is going to be your Friday's expiration right here, right? What do we have? Trying to throw it off because this is Monday, a holiday. So they're expecting a $38 move this week, which really ain't a lot, right? So that's what's being expected. And as you can see, the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, we've been in a range from here to here. That's about $30. So basically, the option market is factoring in maybe a $38 range. Basically, that would be right in here floating around somewhere. We don't have a lot of risk priced in. I think we're gonna have to get some type of big news, either way, good or bad, to make the market move. So don't expect a lot of movement this week. You could be wrong. Like I said, there could be something. I seen something in the news where a black swan flew and like landed somewhere in Beijing. Which is pretty rare. Most people have never seen black swan before. I've seen one before. They got one in Vegas at the Flamingo Casino. You can go back and look at it, but and see. I think I took pictures of it before, but it's supposed to be a rare thing to see a black swan. So you're gonna need some type of black swan event, something like the coronavirus was a couple of years ago. I think it's been about a year and a half ago or so. So you need something like that to make the market either go down or it could be good. Something, I don't know, maybe another stimulus package they come out of nowhere with and they start talking it up and make the market go up. So because other than that, the options market isn't pricing in any big moves. So with that being said, I mean, we can look at the Fang stocks. You got Facebook. Facebook made all-time highs last week and it's still trucking. So, you can see where I put that where I was playing this gap at, looking at it. It came right there, slowed down and bust right through it. Let's look at Apple. Apple, all-time highs. Look at it. I mean, this is crazy. Amazon. Now, Amazon isn't at all-time highs because it had a nice little down move, but Amazon is back moving up again, looking like it's getting ready to fill this gap. So that's something to look at. Google. Look at these stocks. And the reason why I'm looking at these stocks in particular, because these are the largest stocks in the S&P 500. Microsoft. Let's look at Microsoft. Look at it up around all-time highs. So that's the way my nature. I just can't buy something that's already up here. I need a pullback. When you look at Tesla is the only thing I think that isn't at all-time highs, and it's kind of like skirting, just kind of like zigging and zagging. If you look at it, you just just kind of like in a little wedge. When you're drawing trend lines, there's some people would tell you it's an art to it, or I just try to find a top and connect some points. I'll draw lines through wicks on the daily chart. So something like that. And one of the reasons why I said that, why I say that, is because originally candlestick charts were designed on daily charts originally. So we'll look at them at different time frames, but originally they were charted, designed, looked at on daily time frames. So I'll take one point and then I'll go through the wicks of dailies, and then if I go down to a smaller time frame, then everything within those wicks, is like support and resistance for me. So, but it's an art. There's no science to it. There's no right or wrong way. Just be consistent the way you draw 'em. So you see, it's kind of like in a little wedge pattern. And all I did was draw from this low up, and I'm up here. So, you want to see it, maybe it pull back here and then bust through there, and it probably come up to this support level or this resistance level, I'm sorry, right here. So, neither one of those I want to get long unless you just want to, Apple pays a dividend. All the rest of them, I think Microsoft is a dividend stock. But Facebook is primarily, if you buy Facebook, it's because you want to see it go higher. I don't think Facebook pays a dividend. Let me take a look and see. Nah, Facebook doesn't pay a dividend. So this ain't the type of stock that you just buy and holding. You buying it, you think it's gonna keep going up. Well, look at it, it's been going up. At some point, you're gonna get a little pullback like you did in Amazon. And then Amazon took a nice fall when it was up here. So I did want to take a look at the at let's see, let's look at Palantir. Palantir is a pretty popular stock. That's not Palantir. Is it PL? Spell it out. Allen. Here we go. Is that it? That's not it. That's it right there. PLTR. So if you're looking at Palantir, you got a resistance right here. Your resistance is gonna be coming up right in here. You got a gap right here where it gap down. And here we go. So this is what you want to see. You want to see Palantir take this high out and then come back here and then retest it and go. Or you just buy it saying that it's going to break out here and go to this next level, which is right here, which it can do. Here's your next gap. I like to trade. If I'm going to trade this, I would trade from gap to gap. And here would be your next level. So right here, you're at $26.64. Your next level will probably be somewhere in here, right around the next level it'll go to would be $30, $31, $32. That's another $5 up. And also I want to take a look at gold. Now I did mention earlier that I am long gold, and I'm actually long the stock gold. That's the ticker. And you can see anytime I pull up a chart and you see this on here, a Fibonacci extension, that's because I'm projecting take profit zones, right? I got into it once it broke this high right here, so I'm in it now. I'll probably hold this for the long haul. It crossed over the 50 on the RSI. You can see right here, this dotted line right here is like the midway point of my relative strength index. It crossed over this, right? And so once it does that, and then I got the setup here, I won't get out of this until I get all-time highs. And I'm holding this I own shares of this. So I'm holding it to 26 at least. And because it's gold, now fundamentally, I don't believe in this market. I just go out here and just go out and state my case. This is the stock market here that we have right now. This is all funny money. This is all, Fed print money. We got they cut interest rates. And I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but the unemployment ended today, the federal part of it. So that ended. the eviction moratorium. We got all kind of stuff going on with that. I just don't see our market being able to sustain itself with so many negative things going against it. Getting ready to get cold, going into the fall, with all the hospitals are full now in the summertime, and it's hot, and and the hospitals are full. So when it gets cold, I just don't see how the market can stay where it's at and keep functioning at such a high level. So yeah, with this setup that I got on my chart, and with fundamentally, yeah, I'm getting into gold and gold stocks, um, precious metals, things of that nature, and also I'm long China stocks. I'm long China. China is um, China is beginning to make moves. They're trying to secure. I think they're opening up. I read somewhere they're opening up another stock market, and I think they're trying to put it in in Beijing. Some you can check that, Google that, but they are opening up another stock market, and China trying to do a lot. I seen some of they banned video games. Um, so But I just think that they want to become a player and they want to have a large stock market. If they can find a way to make it liquid and have it where investors aren't so afraid to invest in Chinese companies, then maybe they have something. But here's DD. I'm in DD. It's a $9 stock, so it ain't a lot of risk. Something that's the risk is very low, but the upside is high. So you don't know where this stock could go. So I'm in gold, like I said, and I'm in DD. This is something you could put 100, 200 shares in and risking a couple grand. Excuse me, if you buy 200 shares. So I got the covers, what I wanted to cover today. I think I'm missing something, but with me having to restart earlier, I lost the notes that I had typed up, but that's okay. So we went over the Forex market. So basically, my outlook for the week is I'm short the dollar. I want to be long currency pairs. I'm going to be looking at the Canadian dollar, trying to get long the Canadian dollar on an intraday basis, maybe trying to scalp it some. For you, if you're a Forex trader, that means you would want to trade the USD CAD, and you will be looking to short that on an intraday level. If you I'm staying away from Fang Stocks period unless I'm shorting them. I want to be short the SPX on an intraday level. If I'm going to short anything in the market, I'm shorting it. So I'm shorting equities, S&P 500. I'm long precious metals. I'm long China, and that's about it. And if you guys, one more thing, I don't want to get out of here. I had somebody put a stop in on my last video, and they wanted me to take a look at a firm. So I am going to look at that. So if you comment and you put something in the comment section, I will chart up your stock, whatever you have for me to look at. So looking at a firm, and if I'm not mistaken, let's look at a firm connected with form some type of joint venture with Amazon. Let's see what kind of news. I don't think it has any news on here on the firm. Let's see. A firm to participate in the Deutsche Bank Technology Conference. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that they did form a partnership with Amazon, right? If I didn't know anything about the stock, if you're a bullish on that news, then just buy the shares if you're bullish on the news, right? But you need to have like a long outlook, in my opinion. If you're buying this stock, you need to be trying to hold it for 5 to 10 years. Warren Buffett said, don't buy a stock without the idea of wanting to hold it for 10 years. You may not, but you need to have that type of outlook. Or if not, because it's a $93 stock, right? And you got a large gap. And my experience in trading tells me when I have a gap this large, at some point, now you don't know when, the market is going to come back and fill that gap. Now, it could come here. It could come here, which I think it probably could come like to about right here, about $80, and then take off, right? You never know, because it gapped up so much off of that news that you never know. Me personally, I wouldn't buy it right here unless, like I said, unless I can hold it. If it was, I can afford to hold a $20 pullback, right? And also, it has earnings, right? At earnings on the 9th of this week, which is what? That'll be what, Thursday? So you got earnings on the 9th. I would probably not wait. The safe play would be to wait till after earnings, right? But you could wait till after earnings. They could have some decent earnings and it could shoot to the moon. So it just depends on what type of trader are you, right? If you're gonna buy shares, just buy them and don't even look at it. And just let it go. Because, or you could wait. The safe play is to wait till after earnings on the 9th and then see what it does and then buy some and buy a little bit. Buy some. If it's pulling back, buy some as it's coming down. Buy them, kind of like what they call dollar cost average instead of like just buying 100 shares right here. Um, if you got an options play, you got a nice IV. I like to sell premium when you got an IV rank of 30 or above. So you have that. So you could come in the option market and you could sell premium. You could sell you could do a strangle, sell a call, sell a put. Um, you could do a iron condor if you want to define your risk, which is selling a call, selling a put, but putting wings on it basically and define your risk. And that at that point, you're just looking for implied volatility to contract. So you could do that. There are a lot of different things you can do. A put ratio spread or something like that. I don't know if I like doing that with the way the chart looks. But then again, most people who are just pure option sellers don't really care about the chart for the most part. They're really trading the implied volatility. So why is this coming up, man? So that's my take on it. So basically, if you want my recommendation, I wait till after the 9th. I want to wait till after earnings. Let me see what happens during earnings. Let me see what happens during the earnings call or whatever it is that they're going to do to talk about the business. And then I make my decision on whether I want to buy this or not. I really don't like trading stuff with big gaps in it. If I'm going to invest, then I really don't care about any of this. If you're going to invest, you like the company, you like Amazon, you think that everything else Bezos touches turns to gold. So you just buy it anyway, and you just sit and wait. And you sit and wait, and then maybe a year or two from now, it's up to $150. So it depends on what how long you want to hold the stock. So I hope that's satisfying to you, and I hope you got something out of it. Please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. And with that, I'm gonna have to edit this beginning, and peace.